tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh, yeah.
Take a moment. Take it. Where is it? That's for you, Matt Cook.
Wow, that was great.
We chose that song for you.
Killing it, gang.
Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's weekly recap of the hit TV comedy Clipped.
Hey.
Joining me today, to my far, far left.
Hi everybody, Cameron Lewis at the Only Camshaft, Twitter and Instagram. Jordana Morfin,
Jordana Morfin.
right next to me.
At Jordana_Morfin.
And next to me, we have the lovely and vivacious
Diona Reasonover.
We got Charmaine in here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many of our episodes you've seen, but we talk highly of Charmaine.
Oh, I've seen them all.
I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
I know, I'm like, oh wait, maybe did I say everything today? Yeah.
Oh, and my mom has seen them all.
Oh shoot, I have to go back and watch them again. Well, at least if your mom didn't say she hated me, right?
No, my
Okay,
mom
good.
loves this. She's
Okay, cool.
Probably on the chat.
What's your
right
mom's
now.
name?
Judith.
Judith!
Hey, Judith.
Hi,
Hey,
Judith!
Judith. Oh, hi, Mom. I mean,
I do this, I know.
so mad.
I made the mistake of calling my mom Diane once. That did not go over well. All right. So we are on season 1, episode 7. This one was called Mo's Ma. Mo's Ma. However, our little teaser at the opening had a lot to do with this young lady over here. Yikes. Someone got a ticket.
I did.
Was it for a scooter?
Yeah,
I love that.
That's great.
I can't imagine Diona on a scooter because I know I'd just fall over.
I just thought it was perfect. When she said scooter, I was like,
Not
of
even
course she
close.
rides a
That was
scooter.
awesome.
Of course
Yeah.
she rides a scooter. I just loved it.
Absolutely.
I thought it was fantastic.
That's you know that fro does not fit under a helmet. Not even a little bit. It's a lie.
You're probably too cool for
That's
a helmet
that's
anyway.
enough protection.
She'd be like, mm-hmm,
Oh,
I
I
got
hope not. That means you're too cool for like all this important stuff in here. I need it.
Just that whole opening though was just, and we say this every week. It's just so good. I love the lines that I literally laugh. I laugh out loud, and it's not the fake.
No, it's not.
It's
like a real.
it's a
laugh,
genuine
yeah.
from the gut laugh. It's so good. It's the whole when you come up and you're like, what's this? And he says an angry black woman. And it was like the first line of the show, and I had to pause because I couldn't hear over myself laughing, and I was just like, oh, I just love the show. I can't even.
It's great because you have the clever humor without it being typical sitcom humor.
Yeah, they give us gold.
It's
I'm really
great.
lucky.
Yeah.
It's really, really great.
I was even thinking, and you do have, I mean, I pretty much, when I take note, okay, now I'm just going to say, I was thought of this too. I do a recap for Days of Our Lives. So
Yeah.
I watch 5 episodes and do one of these for
Sure.
5 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't write that much for a week, as much as I write
Oh, yeah.
for a half hour of, and then this page too. Yeah.
Well, it's probably because, like, for soap operas, at some point it gets to be like still in a coma.
Right. Exactly. It's an hour later and
Yeah.
it's 2 weeks later. Right. Exactly. No. I just can't stop writing. I write everything, and it's just for me.
Half
It's
of
just
them
because I
are
like to know
quotes.
the things that you
All,
say.
yeah,
things
most
you
of it's
say.
quotes.
Most of it's just
So-
quotes.
Yeah.
I have to go back and then go, okay, now wait, what did that? She said that when, okay, that's what happened. Okay, now I got to write that
I should have
in.
just
Yeah.
brought the script.
Yeah, we should start doing that. I like that. And then I love when you were like, when Buzzy stops cutting Tommy's hair. He's like, am I done? He's like, you're about to be. And we haven't even seen the credits yet, and I'm already peeing myself. So
that was so much fun to shoot. Like just getting to come in and like have an attitude with Reginald VelJohnson.
yeah,
I was
I was gonna say for you to be in a scene with him and George Wendt, it's just like it's like gold.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I'm done. I can go to like Skokie or whatever.
No, it's great. It's great. So one of the other kind of sub storylines, the B storyline, I guess. I'm trying. I'd Google a lot. Was the Danny and AJ. We're starting to get more of their history. And now
It's gonna happen, Mark.
Well, it already happened.
It's gonna like happen big
you're not
time.
Gonna be there. Yeah, I'm gonna shut mine too.
It's gonna happen big time, I think.
And I feel bad because CJ's probably in the chat room and we can't get a.
I'll get it up.
connection.
I'll get it up.
You can try it on your phone.
Yeah.
You can try it on this if you want.
Yeah, you can try it. Yeah.
Do you want to try it on this?
She's going through her recipes over here, just so you guys
Just
know. That's what's
Pinterest.
going on.
It's all Pinterest.
Selfies.
Yeah, so we find out that this was hysterical to me. The scene with Danny and AJ. I do believe they were on the roof at the beginning, and she's talking about like all this. She remembers everything,
everything.
from her childhood, which is hysterical because my twin brother is the exact same way. He'll be like, "Remember in 6th grade when you were wearing that striped shirt?" And I was wearing the polka dot pants, and we did this, and da-da-da, and Susie came over, and she said, and I'm like, 6th grade? You remember this? Like, how, have you not had a life between now and then? Like, how do you remember this? And so that's what that reminded me of, but I loved it. I loved it. It was, like, kind of setting it up to be like, she remembers.
That's
she knows everything.
amazing. I
Yeah.
can't believe your twin can do that.
People, my sister will message me and say, hey, do you know this? I'm like, just ask David. I'm sure he knows.
That's insane. Are you guys like, do you have a really great memory?
No.
That look on your
I'm
face.
sorry, what?
I
yeah,
can't
what?
remember
What?
last week. That's how, I have a really bad memory. I think, like when my parents ask me, "Oh, do you remember this?" I'm like, I think I can remember back to high school, and then I just kind of.
I only remember very specific things
Yeah.
that make no sense and completely out of context.
know.
Like
Yeah.
the only
Great.
thing I can remember from my childhood really is when I was rolling like the pedal cars.
Mm-hmm.
I was rolling one of those down my street and I made like a 90-degree turn into the driveway while yelling yabba dabba doo. And I gashed my knee open, and that's all I can remember.
That's great. That's gold.
Yeah.
It's
Important
perfect,
memories.
but like I wish I could remember, to dress before I leave my house.
Well, it's
Yeah.
weird because there's a lot of people who can remember way back. Like you said, you're
Yeah.
like 6th grade or
In the
younger.
detailed
Now,
conversations
5
like
years
that.
old.
I don't
How?
get that.
Yeah, I can't.
Me neither.
I don't get
I mean,
that.
I get that their point was that because of her
Daddy
love
loves
for
AJ.
him, she remembered all this stuff. So I understand, and I loved the whole
The flash-
pomegranate with the
Oh, yeah.
thinking man's apple. I thought it was hysterical, and I don't know how to even eat a pomegranate, so I was waiting for him to like open. I was like, how do you do that? I never had that
Yeah.
experience.
Do you want to know something crazy about those? When we were filming this, pomegranates weren't in season like at all. So it was like a thing. They didn't think that they were going to be able to do that scene because they could not find a pomegranate anywhere.
That's
How
insane.
funny.
And they had to have it like flown in from like someone's tree. Like someone knew someone who happened to have a pomegranate tree in Florida. And it had to be
how
like
funny.
priority.
It was one of those
shifted.
memories. They were
Yeah.
like, when I was 6,
Yeah.
I met the pomegranate guy in Dallas.
Yeah. Exactly. That's fantastic.
That's
I love that.
amazing.
See, that's why we like having you guys here. You give
That's
us these little
awesome.
tidbits of gold. We love it. We love it.
Now I got a pomegranate guy. All right.
Yeah, exactly. And then we find out that he's going on a date with Lucy.
Yeah.
Lucy.
And I love, and then the scene with her coming in, she's kind of like gives her like, it's okay, you can go out with it. And I loved the little tagline at the end when she was like, "You'll always get to say I love Lucy." I lost it.
Oh,
I totally
so
lost
good.
it. It's
love
just
it.
again, there's just so like
Joke on a joke on a joke.
it really
Yeah.
is.
They couldn't even get through that scene. They kept
Oh, I can imagine.
They kept breaking. And then they would try to cover up the breaking by saying dude. So it just became the two of them just being like, dude,
Yeah.
dude, dude, dude.
Yeah, totally. And then we meet Lucy, who
Yeah.
looks an awful lot like Danny.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as she walked in, I actually was like, "Is that Ashley Tisdale again?"
I thought she was playing
She really looked
herself.
like her.
The AJ trap instead of the
Yeah.
parent trap.
Yeah, exactly.
I totally thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was her walking through the door.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
same. I saw
crazy.
blonde hair. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. No, I totally got it. I totally got it right away. And then I loved when she was like, "Oh, can I cut your hair?" And I did figure it out right away. I went, "Oh, he hates short hair." As soon as she said it, I was like, "Oh, he hates
I
short hair.
wasn't
That's why
even
she's doing it."
thinking that. When she said it, I was like, oh, she's going to mess up her haircut. Like, that was
Yeah.
the first thing that popped in my head. Like, she was going to just
Yeah.
destroy her hair.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
Keep in
Yeah.
mind.
Oh yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually what I
Oh, yeah.
would do.
You or Charmaine?
Both.
WWCD. She would have just.
I like that. Use that hashtag.
Yeah.
WWCD. What would Charmaine do?
Now, and I'm
Write that
assuming
down.
she really cut her. I mean, I know. Is that me? Did I just do that? Sorry. Didn't turn my sound off. I'm assuming she really got her hair cut.
No.
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 She was wearing a wig.
That first thing is a wig.
Really?
Isn't
That
so
looked
her hair's short.
good.
It took hours for them to put that in because it's a wig with extensions with
Right.
like kind of clip-in back. It's like
Ah.
it's very intricate. But
I
like,
thought you were gonna say it was Ashley Tisdale's hair. And they ended up. I was like, wow,
they
that's
just
planning.
they just green screened it on.
Yeah.
She wore a green babushka, and they just put her hair in it. Yeah, yeah. That was for you, Mom, the babushka. Yeah. So okay, that's cool because I was wondering. I was like, oh, so she totally probably got her hair cut for the show, but she didn't.
And her hair was going to be like black originally. Like they wanted to dye her hair super dark. But then they were like, no, she already looks sort of like Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natalie Dreyfus, that is. She's a great actress. I love
Oh,
her.
so it was great. I thought she did a great job too. And then then they meet for they have the discussion about, she says it's okay, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he approaches her like, you cut. Wait, he does say something. He said, hold on, because he turned this hot girl into Korean soul.
Yeah.
Kim,
Hey, I was peeing.
That's a great example, though,
It
of
was-
the writing.
Yeah.
Because he could have just said, well, I don't like short hair, and that'd be it. And then there would be
Yeah.
a joke after that. But it's like everything is a joke.
It's so good.
yeah, but
Funny.
if we go to war with North Korea,
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it gets real.
you'll know.
we gotta
Like,
take
we
it
were
back to
watching
Clip.
TBS,
We gotta
and we're offended.
Very upset.
Yeah. I love it. Way to go, AJ. I love that line. So that was kind of the and then they actually basically ask each other out. Well, he asks her out in their own Danny and AJ kind of way. So then they agreed to go out.
And you know it's just going to be just nothing but fighting.
Yeah.
Just nothing but fighting the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, well, we talked about this a little bit before too. I'm actually surprised at how quickly it's moving along. Because I would have thought they would kind of drag it out a little bit more. I mean, I guess they can always break up and it can not work out and then they can get back together again. Kind of
Don't
like.
say it, Mark. Don't say
I
that.
know.
Well, I like how they brought Lucy into it. Like,
Yeah.
not just AJ having another date with someone else.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens if Danny has another.
I was just going to say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
There's going to be some baseball bats
Mm-hmm.
in that barbershop. Everybody's going to be swinging.
And I don't
not gonna
know
be
if it's
pretty.
because of George Wendt. I don't know if it's because of Boston, but I always have these Cheers moments in my head with
Yeah.
watching the show, just like the Sam and Diane.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, so that, I mean, I know that it can go on because obviously theirs lasted, season after season,
Yeah.
Sam and Diane. So I hope that this can continue to. I just think it's so good. I'm gonna keep saying it. You can smack me every time I say it if you want. That's fine.
He gave you permission.
Right, yes, exactly. So then our main storyline for this episode was Mo's mom.
Oh, Mo.
So, it starts. We know that something's bothering him because
Yeah.
he's cutting hair, but not really cutting hair,
Just fainting.
So funny.
and
All right.
fainting.
Brushing that guy.
Brushing the hair. Yeah, that was really cute. And then we find out that they're getting divorced. And then Ma shows up.
Oh,
Dot
Mom.
Marie Jones.
Oh,
Dot Marie
Marie-
Jones
Well,
is great.
and you know what's so funny is, and I don't know if you saw this, when I worked at Warner Brothers for 2 weeks, and I watched you guys filming your this episode when
Now she's like,
I've been stalking you. I've been stalking you.
This is real.
Yeah, I've been stalking
There
you.
were. Oh, I'm just gonna say this. There were one day, two chairs appeared in front of my dressing room door that said "stalker" spray painted on
was
the back.
me.
No.
That was
me.
you.
It was
That was
me.
you. I know that.
It's totally
Now I
me.
know it. I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture because I have a picture of me in one of the
Please
chairs.
do.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
I'm
What-
gonna pull it up right now.
Do it, please.
Don't show them what I did. That's
fine.
all right.
Oh
No,
my
I'm kidding, I'm kidding. No, it was anyways, I watched one of your episodes being taped. It was the one where George, Buzzy, and Tommy. All the names.
The
Getting
marriage
married.
one, right?
It was the scene where he comes in and says that they're gonna get married.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
That's
when
a
they
good
brought
ring on it.
Yeah. So I was there for that, but then a couple days later, I saw Dot Marie Jones walking through the lot when we were driving, and I was the only one who recognized her. She was with her wife, Bridget, and because they were walking holding hands, and I was just like, oh my God, that's totally Dot Marie Jones. And everyone's like, who? And I'm like, ugh, done.
Yes, as
and
you
that's when I
should.
left
And I
Warner
would have been a
Brothers.
good tour guide. I would have been a good tour guide. Just didn't work out. Sorry, Warner Brothers. I was meant to be at AFTERBUZZ. So Ma shows up. She is sorry, enough about me. That'll be enough. It's the
I
spinoff.
love it so much.
So we meet Dottie. Sorry, Dot Marie is playing Dottie.
I think that was
McCarthy.
purpose. They
Yeah.
wanted
Good.
that.
I love it.
Yeah, and it's to confuse me. And then there's this they think that there's another reason that she's, not really. What was the original reason she gave? I forgot. I didn't write it down, and then I got out of the room, and I was like, oh, I didn't.
An affair.
An
Yeah,
affair
an
and
affair.
something
Yeah.
else.
But wasn't there something before when they were
Yeah.
outside talking outside the barbershop when she punched the pigeon?
Oh my goodness,
Okay.
that
God.
scene.
Okay, no.
I had no idea what was gonna happen.
Freaking lost it.
It was great.
That was
The
great.
fact, I thought she was gonna shoot
I
it.
know. I totally did too.
Yeah, smacked
And the
that.
fact that, oh God, it's so funny.
And I didn't know that was gonna happen. Like I was just watching it and live tweeting it, and I was like,
And it's like, that probably was a conversation.
Yeah.
The writers were just like, "Hey, what if she just punched a bird?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay." Oh God, it was so funny.
I don't even know where they came from with that. I
man.
have
That's
no
too good.
idea.
That
was
was
really
the
good.
funniest thing ever.
And it's so funny because I think that's what gets me so many of the times is, and we talked about this before too, is that because it's on TBS, it's for mature audiences only, as is our after show.
Clipped after dark.
The lines that you expect these, network lines, and then you get,
Something else.
something real,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's just so fun because it is real, we wouldn't be censoring ourselves for NBC in real life.
That's why
Well,
the
what's
laughs
nice
are
is
real.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nice because
genuine.
it's actual there's other shows that curse on cable, obviously, like Entourage, but Entourage is not real life.
Yeah.
People
Right.
don't curse that much.
No.
No.
People don't
No.
make those kind of jokes. That's
Right.
not actually genuine.
No.
So this is a good balance between
I think so too.
the two, I think.
And there's not that many hot girls.
And there's not that many.
Entourage is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the valley. That doesn't exist.
No.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
no.
So then I loved the whole bit too with you guys setting up Ben to have to be the one. I just love how you guys torment Ben.
Oh,
it's
it's-
so much fun.
And it drives Ryan a little crazy in real life. like he's like, oh great, okay, another one.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It was fun. We were all sitting there like eating your popcorn, not popcorn really, but just watching and everything, and your reaction to when they talked about the bolo tie and was
Oh,
Pete
God.
just from your face.
Because it's so gross. Like, bolo ties are disgusting. They're the most disgusting of the ties.
I said, even if you didn't know what a bolo tie was, just from your reaction, you lost it. Just because you were like, okay, it's a bad thing.
Well, because I love Dot Marie Jones in real life.
Yeah.
That just makes her Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And then the part where Ben tries to get Joy to dance. Oh my God! And he was like, first he said, tell her that he's lesbianic, and she's like, bionic? And then he's like, tell her she's a muff diver. She's Maria Shriver.
I love Lauren Lapkus.
Oh my gosh!
Love her.
And it's just so good. Like they just
All the characters are just so great.
They're so
We were
great.
talking about. Sorry to interrupt, but we were
No,
just
no, no.
talking about the first episode we watched of the show. It was instantly easy to put names to all the characters.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
everyone
instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those shows, if we all closed our eyes right now and started reading the script, if you read a line, we could tell you which character it was from.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
really, really fun.
It is.
And that was one of those moments where it was such a Ben moment, too, when he's talking about bribing her and he wouldn't go for the full 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And said, I'll give you 50. And then he's like, "Pff."
Just the whole that scene, actually, that interaction between them reminded me of your scene with the tattoo guy.
Oh, Skylar Stone.
Yeah, when you guys
Yeah.
have your, I'll give it, I'll do it for this. Okay, do it for this. That just the pace of it, the interaction, it was so brilliant.
That's my favorite. That Ben actually in that has my favorite line of the entire season, which is "You're an asshole, Joy. Move."
Yeah.
That's my favorite line of the entire season. I hope it didn't ruin.
Yeah. No. I loved it. And then, so then we find out that she did have an affair with Larry Bird.
With Larry Bird.
Before we get into that, literally died of laughter when you said the Game of Thrones.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
We wrote it down.
I did.
So
That's his mom's Brienne from Game of Thrones. Giant lady man who had a fist fight with a bear.
And one.
Yes.
Well, it was funny because when you first said I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I didn't know who it was. I mean, I had an image in my head of who it was.
Yeah.
So I love that there was an explanation for it for people who didn't know.
Yeah, and I did not know who Brienne was, and I tried to convince the network to give me their HBO Go password so that I could watch it. And
I have
they're like,
HBO now. I'll
no.
give you mine.
Tweet it
Yeah.
out for everybody, Mark.
Yeah, please do.
I will. My husband will love me for that. Yeah, so we find out that she slept with Larry Bird, and then we meet Jasper.
Oh,
It just keeps getting
it gets
better.
It
better.
does.
I
So
just,
good.
it's too much.
Again, the joke could have stopped at Larry Bird.
Yeah,
Nope.
But it had to go even further. It was freaking hilarious.
it was Mary Lou.
Poor MLR. Poor MLR.
Yeah.
That's not the guy that plays Jasper, Steve-O.
Yeah.
That's not his hair.
Oh, really?
They gave him a wig because they wanted to keep the family hair. Do you know whose hair that is? It's someone specific's hair. It's someone famous. Does anyone want to guess?
Really? Styled after, or that person uses
It's
that
that.
same hair?
It's
It's
their.
literally their hair.
It's literally
like had to pay a
Wait,
rental fee for
what?
it?
Yes, yes. Like they rented that wig. Like it's that person's. Oh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. Oh, I can't say. Oh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. Oh, God, I'm
Breaking
gonna get
news! Can you
so
put a
much
breaking news
trouble.
up?
Love it. Love it.
I know. It's so good.
Ben Nye?
I want everybody to
Ben
think
Nye,
about
the science
it.
guy. Okay, well, what's that? You can tweet it out later
Yeah, I'll tweet
if
it
you're
out
allowed.
I just realized I was like, I'm gonna get fired.
You ain't going anywhere, Charmaine. You ain't going anywhere if we have it our way. Yeah, so, and I was going to say that too. I loved that. I actually thought Dot Marie Jones and Matt Cook looked a little alike. Like, I was
Yeah,
like, it actually is kind of,
absolutely.
they kind of do look alike.
I totally bought it.
Yeah, I
When the
Crazy.
three of them were standing
yeah,
over by
I was like,
Moe's
he totally
area.
could be their child.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it wasn't just the hair. It was, you know what I mean? Like, it's fantastic. I can't even. I'm sure there's another quote I need to read of yours. Look at all these C's.
all
C,
over the place.
C. Charmaine. And aren't you supposed to be airbrushing
my
us
old
t-shirts?
report card. All those C's.
Oh, I have another one. They talk about going to a dinner, and Charmaine says, "Not what I thought they were going to be eating."
I did write that down too. I lost it in my notes. Yeah. That's not what I thought
funny.
it was eating at her. That's not what I thought was eating at her.
There it is.
There's a line that was cut that was originally like, "Let's go get dinner," and Dottie says, "Your father can get what he always wants, the big sausage, and I can get my fish tacos." They had to cut it. They had to cut it.
Oh,
How
that's
do you
fun.
say these lines without laughing?
Oh, we don't.
I don't understand how it works out at the end. Because
Oh, we don't. Ask anybody.
Well, I'll say when I was in the audience, you guys were very professional. Like there was no cracking up. Everything was pretty straightforward. What I saw.
We have our moments. There's sometimes.
But we were in the audience, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
Because they're normally I don't think they're normally there for when you're doing a lot of that.
Oh yeah, no. When we're just reading it, we're just
Yeah.
table reading it. It takes so long to get through the table read. It's like a half an hour episode, and it takes an hour and 20 minutes to get through it.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah, and I'll say this to you too because I told CJ when he was here, the director, the
Jamie.
he was I was talking to my former coworker.
At a Hollywood studio.
I don't care, whatever. I'm not allowed to work there anymore.
You and I are both gonna get fired.
I know. Don't tell him you know. I'll meet you at Avon Cafe
Okay,
though.
great.
Avon Cafe. Have you had the chili cheese fries at the
No,
Avon?
I haven't.
Go immediately. It's the only thing I miss about Warner Brothers. It's the most bang for
If
your
you
buck on the Warner
find
Brothers lot.
something from that cafe sitting on a stalker
Yeah.
chair outside your dressing room.
We'll bring the
Was Mark
chairs.
J.
We'll
Freeman.
sit there and we'll have.
Do you want me to have somebody Postmate you those fries?
Yeah, well, my friend actually still works on a show there. So I told her, I was like, when you get back on your show, I'm coming to have lunch and I'm going to go walk around. I'm going to make them mad that I'm there. I mean, they didn't say I wasn't allowed to come. It was not a bad situation. I actually
Oh my
chose.
God.
I got work elsewhere. So that's why I'm not there. That's a whole other story. So that was, and then, wait, hold on. Then there was the very end, the flashback.
That was
my
horrible.
favorite.
It was like,
Oh,
and
so
I
good.
swear to you, it's like every time you think it's not going to get better,
It does.
the next scene comes on. They looked, and I have to say, hair and makeup.
So awesome.
On point.
I was
Such a good
legitimately
job.
like, oh my God,
Their
how did they get
voices?
footage of them when they were that young?
I
Yeah.
legitimately thought, I was like, so they did this? They actually were
yeah,
friends before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had the
it's
fake
crazy.
braces and everything.
When they try kissing.
Was that on one of the Warner Brothers trams?
No.
Because it did look like one of them. It did. I know. I was like, is that one of my trams?
Is that one of my trams? Is that the one I branded?
the one I crashed?
Mine.
I didn't ever crash one. I didn't crash one.
No, it's they green screened it. They like got
okay.
a senior citizen bus
Ah,
and like
okay.
stripped it.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It was so great. That whole, just the look of that. And then you find out that she actually did know that he didn't like short hair.
This is
Bum-bum.
we have an episode that is upcoming. I'm not going to spoil too much because it's in the title. It's but in it we talk about what we were like in high school, and we're holding a high school yearbook, and the props guy got Ashley's real old
Oh,
high school
no
yearbook.
way.
And so we were looking at her picture.
I
so
love
I know how close.
That a side pony. She was
Yeah.
wearing a side pony in high school.
No, I wish she was. It's crimped. It's crimped.
I love it.
Yeah, it's good.
I love
It's
it.
good.
No, it really was. I mean, it just, the whole episode, so good. Every time.
One scene
Well, go on.
that just also got me was at the end when Ben jumps on.
under
when
the
Dottie,
Bridges.
yes.
when
He looked like a little koala bear.
I love
Oh yeah, isn't it cute?
He's
He
so
is so
cute.
cute.
I love how
So
well,
cute.
something that I really liked about this episode and him in particular was how much love he has for Mo and his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he heard the news, he's like, "What? They're gonna get divorced?"
Mhm.
Like I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nice to see kind of like this softer side of Ben.
Yeah. And I feel like he
Ben.
did that, was it the last episode too? I feel like there was a moment where we talked about that it was kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, it was a little softer side of Ben.
Yeah.
So it's always good. We
I
like that.
enjoyed it.
It was fantastic. You guys keep
Thanks
knocking it out of the ballpark. I keep Googling like season 2, when season 2 started.
For real.
Oh, you and me both.
Yeah. So we want to show, if we can get that video ready. We found Maria Menounos, our diva here at AFTERBUZZ, for lack of a title. She ran into your friend Ashley.
Ooh.
And she shot a little quick video. We'll show it before we talk about it if you want to show it. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't
Oh,
seen
okay.
it yet.
So I just bumped into a big fan of AfterBuzz. Guess who? Okay, so you gotta
Huge
tell them.
fan. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. And we do viewing parties with each other, like the whole cast, and we watch the show and then we watch you guys. So thank you so much for all of your support.
I love it. Oh my god, so cute.
Yay! So, and
love
CJ did tell us too that you guys do tend to get together and watch the episodes.
We do. We watch every. I'm not kidding. It sounds like bull when I say we watch every episode together, but we do. We order Thai food. It's like
That's
Thai
cute.
food Tuesdays and Clipped, and it's great.
That's so much
fantastic.
fun.
And we love that we're like, oh, they actually watch us.
Yeah,
They
and
don't just tell us that to make us happy.
No.
No,
Yeah.
we do. We really watch it, and because you guys hashtagged us on the first one, and we had live tweeted it, and we were like, oh, we were like, oh, we got to watch this AfterBuzz.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, this is great.
Oh,
Well, we
great.
love it. I mean, we love having you guys by, and we love the interaction that we have with you guys and being able to talk to you about the show and everybody that follows the show. I mean, the dedicated fan
Yeah.
base
Mm-hmm.
on social
A
media that
lot.
we've noticed. These people right here, Clipped Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil
Did I
is
just-
going to bat for this show.
Did I
love
just
it.
see today Clipped Russia?
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
I was gonna say I
Yes.
saw Russia today. Yeah.
Yes, they're great.
On my way here, I
everywhere.
saw a thing.
Yeah. We love our Brazil and our Russian
Well,
fans.
it was funny too because they had started. Which one of you said you wanted to do Clipped? How did it come up that you guys were going to do Clipped? That was just something you guys
It just
decided,
looked like
or
a fun
AfterBuzz
show.
asked
I
you?
just looked it up and I was like, this looks good.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
And then we.
Because then you were gone.
Yeah.
So then you
came-
posted
yeah, I was
that
like,
you were
I
looking
cannot-
for another
so the
host.
first one,
And I had
yeah.
seen the episodes at Warner Brothers. My heyday. And I remember seeing your thing and I was like, oh my gosh, that's that show that was so funny. And I literally, you can ask my colleagues that I was training with, I did talk about it a lot. I was like, that Clipped looked really good. Like, I really think it's going to be a good show. And so when I saw your post, I was like, ooh.
He smacked
You're
the microphone.
ruining my moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I really should do this because I really enjoyed that show. I think it'd be a fun after show to do. So I was glad that you
Yeah.
posted it. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of
Stay.
interested. Yeah. And now I'm just, hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, and now we're like all in love with you guys. Personally, we're making AfterBuzz Brazil.
Yes. Yes. And I did read somewhere that you do some African drumming. I was gonna totally bring like bongos or something to maybe.
Just throw it.
You had some training at the Skirball, maybe? I do my research. Well, here's what I do. I go, I'm going to find something that will torment them.
Yeah.
And I found a picture of one of the guys from Days of Our Lives when he won some Mr. Asia USA or something. And I literally found the picture of him. He's like, I can't believe you found that. So I was like, oh.
That's hilarious. I can't believe you found that.
That's so
It
great.
was somebody interviewed you, and you
Yes.
you had mentioned that you do African drumming. I
Yeah,
was like, I have to
they
bring
taught
it.
me to play the djembe and the dundun, which is a set of 3 drums. It's so hilarious.
So should we talk to the people over at Clipped and maybe we can work it into an episode?
I would, you know what? I have been trying. I have been trying.
Well, maybe if they watch our after show, maybe they'll see how fantastic you are. And another thing that I thought was really interesting that you had said was that everyone has the Boston accent, but you
That's
fastened
true.
yours around a family member.
Oh yeah, my sister. It's my sister Lisa. It's my sister Lisa's voice and my sister Gabby's sort of like demeanor and
Okay.
attitude. So it's a Detroit accent. I am like still blushing over that African drum. You can't tell because I'm brown, but I'm totally blushing right now.
I have a few questions in from
Go for it.
Twitter here. Clip
Oh.
Brazil actually wants to know. They tweeted in saying, how did you audition for the show? How did you get the part?
I know
I-
this too.
Oh yeah.
stalker.
Do you want
I
to
saw
tell?
it
You want
happen.
No, go.
I
I
was
did-
driving a Warner Brothers bus and I saw it
Yeah,
happen.
I followed her around Warner Brothers.
So I was on the Warner Brothers lot, and this car was just following this car, and then it crashed.
You're in Studio 19, right?
Oh my god.
I had to know that, though. I
Your
had to know
social
that for-
security number is 492.
You know where I bank?
Yeah.
No, don't say that.
I just say Chase because everybody has Chase.
I can't take the risk.
I know, right?
I had to. I sent in a tape. Actually, they wanted me to send in. They had seen a lot of people and
Yeah.
people with actual credits, i.e., not me. And they were like, "We don't even know if this girl can act." So, but they were kind enough to at least ask me to send in a tape, and then they liked the tape and they brought me in. And Julie Ashton, the casting director, was just fabulous. Like, I mean, you walk in the room with her and you want to talk to her, like you want to
Yeah.
interact with her. So she got me a producer session, and once again, Match Nick and David Gohan are great, and they coached me really they coached me up nice, and I went to network and I went to studio, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like, I am not gonna get this. It's not happening. They're gonna go with they're gonna get Kerry Washington. Kerry Washington was busy, and then I was like, they're gonna, and then I just kept thinking of all these people they're gonna get. I was like, Oprah, like I was just thinking of all Viola Davis, and they were all busy. So
Well, we did talk about that a couple episodes. I don't know if it was when you were here, if it was just the two of us, but we talked about the casting.
Oh yeah.
One episode, and one of the things I said, and it's just something that frustrates me, is like when they get somebody's name attached to something and they kind of force them into it,
Yeah.
and we really felt like they went with instead of names, not saying that you weren't, you know what I mean, but just we want the best that can play these parts.
Solid
Yeah.
people.
No,
That are really these
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
really can portray these parts, and not just because they're a name.
no,
Not
I
only
agree.
that-
They got
yeah.
the best when they got me.
Yes,
Yeah, they
exactly.
did. They did.
Sorry, you
But I
were
was
saying.
gonna say, not only that, like fresh faces.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice seeing
Yeah.
like something like different.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love that.
Well, and I will say this: when I was watching, because I, normally, you go to it's a new pilot, we're gonna get to see this thing, and I remember, and I did sit there watching, and I couldn't tell who were the stars and who were the extra, because you had a lot of people in the barbershop when I came in. You guys weren't on set yet. Well, I think Matt and Mike were sitting down, but they were sitting where the extras were.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it was them. And then they got up and went into places, and I was like, oh, okay, so they are. And then you came in, and I was like, okay, so is she one of the. I mean, George I saw, so of course I knew, him. And I was just like, and what was funny was one of my good friends was an extra that day.
Who?
Jay McCracken.
Jay McCracken.
He was AJ was cutting his hair.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So
That's
it was funny
great.
because I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, that guy over there looks like my friend. That is my friend Jay. Yeah. So I was the one when he got up that was like Jay from the. That was, you might have heard that.
I remember that part in the episode.
Yeah.
And then security came.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
And they said, this is the guy that's been stalking
Yeah,
us. We
yeah.
have another tweet in from a one Matt Cook.
Oh.
Hey, Maddie, Matt.
Can Diona say hi to me, please? I love her and she makes me laugh lots. And then a bunch of emoticons.
There's so many. Is that poo?
That's it.
Did he send me poo?
It's donuts.
Same thing.
Did he know we had
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts today? He's
he know?
stalking.
Oh my god.
Because I didn't tweet out about the Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
Matt Cook, stalker.
Maybe he saw me at the Dunkin' Donuts over here, bringing them in.
There's a Dunkin'
He
Donuts
saw
over
you
here.
because you drove.
Balboa and Ventura.
You all.
You didn't see the Warner
You don't
Brothers
even need to
tour bus
go. They're in
outside?
the kitchen. You just grab it on the way out. You don't even need to spend your money.
I was gonna get the box, but I wanted to be polite and do the show
Well,
first,
yeah,
and then get the
yeah.
box.
Well, I said I would because I got here an hour earlier than I was supposed to. I don't know.
I have to
even
ask
tweeted out
you-
the wrong times. I deleted my tweet, but I tweeted out the wrong times. Like I was so off today. I'm like, you guys came out, and I was like, oh, you're done already? And they're like, Mark, you're an hour early.
Mark,
So
we don't go on for
I
a
went
week.
and got Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. Yeah.
Mark, it's April.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's better that I was early. Anyway.
A day in the life
Done.
of Mark
Done.
J. Freeman. I have to ask you about last week's episode.
Yes.
I believe it was last week's episode where you got a lap dance.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
How was the shooting for that scene?
You know, I am a real life lesbo. So, and Tip Scary, who is in that, we went to the same college. We didn't know each other, but we went to the same college. And I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, I'm sure they're gonna like tape him in, and he's not really gonna be like, I don't know. I guess I thought they were gonna give him like a stage package or something. And it was more like shooting what I imagined shooting Magic Mike was. I was really getting a lap dance, and also having to say these lines. And my girlfriend was in the audience, and
how funny.
My mom had just left, so I was like, you know what I mean?
Well, I'll say this: you did say in another one of your interviews that I was reading, you called this ensemble a powerhouse group, and I was like, that's exactly it. It's a powerhouse group. Like it's just
Absolutely.
best way you could describe it.
I know what interview that was.
CJ too.
I'm gonna say this: that interview was one I had, and I still need to just put it online. I haven't done it. I asked a bunch of people on Twitter. I was like, just tweet me words, and I'm just gonna try to fit him in this interview. And I did. And so, like that interview, I sound bizarre. I sound like a thesaurus fell on my head.
That's the one
and I was like,
where you talk about the cat.
yes, you knew exactly which one it was. Yep, it is.
You have to read it.
That's
We're not
awesome.
going to talk about it. You have to go online
Gotta
and
find
Google her. Google her.
CJ Vanna
Yeah,
also
CJ.
tweeted in
Me too, please.
Oh, what did
saying,
CJ have
"Me
to
too,
say?
please." He wants.
Oh, he wants a
say-
shout
yeah,
out.
he wants a shout out.
Oh, hello,
Hi,
CJ
CJ.
Vanna.
Also got a tweet from a Judith.
Is my
no,
mom?
I'm just kidding.
Is that my mom?
Is your mom on Twitter?
Is my mom tweeting you? You specifically?
Yeah, no.
Great.
Matt says he hates you for talking about donuts now.
Great.
Well, you take two, take one to Matt from us.
Absolutely.
I'll take one to Katie Rose.
Oh goodness. Well, I just again thank you so much for being here. We just love having you,
Yes.
and
We
we
love
hope
you.
that we want you guys here every week. We want you a part of the panel. So if you ever are off at Tuesdays at 11, I'm gonna put it in
That's
my
it.
phone,
Put it down.
or come early next week with donuts again.
If
Whatever.
you see the Warner Brothers tram outside of Dunkin' Donuts,
Yeah,
stop by, say hi
Yeah.
me.
to Mark J.
It's
Freeman.
me. And I was thinking if I could convince you maybe to do this on our way out. You can tell everybody where to find you on social media, but could you do it as Whoopi?
You just know everything.
Or her or Kelly Rowland, because I love the Kelly Rowland
I
too.
want to unzip your skin and see if you're my mom. You know everything about me. Judith!
So tell whichever one, Kelly Rowland or Whoopi, tell them where to find you on social media.
Okay, here's the thing. If you want me, you can find me on Twitter at Diona Reasonover, or on The View. I've got a lot of opinions.
Yes.
I love it.
And then how can they find you guys on social
You
media?
can find me. This is boring now when I say it. God.
Say it as a fired Warner Brothers employee.
Great.
Go.
You can find me Twitter, Dunkin' Donuts, at The Only Camshaft, Twitter and Instagram, CameronLewis.com. Jordana.
You guys can find me at Jordana_Morfin. I know that was boring, guys.
She's the
should've
lady.
said it as
She's
Larry
the lady of the
Bird.
group. Yeah. Larry Bird.
Oh, I can't.
She's the lady of the group. You can find me at Dunkin' Donuts, Warner Brothers, or stalking her outside of her clip dressing room, or on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, and on Facebook /the Mark J. Freeman. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you so much for being here.
you.
Please come back again, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.